Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344 for your Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. Just a little clear. It's February 22nd, 2020. I should have worn my 22 shirt today, which I actually did have it on, but there's a lot of twos today. 2/22/2020. The 22 is the Fool, and the day adds up to the 28, which is the Two of Wands, or Twin Flames. So we have the Fool, taking that leap of faith with an open heart, and the Twins, right? Choosing your path. The 28 is a 1, which is very much that masculine energy, being driven, independent, and selfish-oriented, right? Very focused. And then the 22, which is a 4, which has to do with manifestation on the survival level, you know, the root chakra, things that we need, safety and security. And let's see, the first thing, I did another 12 read spread, or the union spread before my read, which I'm going to go through the information really quickly because it does give us updates of the energy between the masculine and feminine, what's going on. And it was actually funny because I did the union spread at 9:36, which is the 10 of Wands, the carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulders, and the Hermit of the 9. And I wrote down union, and then I wrote down onion. So I've thought that before, because union looks like onion. Like, why isn't union onion? So I wrote down onion, and then when I wrote it down, I realized that I forgot to put my onion into my drink this morning because I made my juice this morning. And I usually put a little red onion in there. So it was funny that today I was guided to write it down, and I wrote it down because I was supposed to remember that I forgot to put it in my juice today. So that was a little laugh for me. And then I got into the read. So the Queen of Wands with the underlying energy again, which again, in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, she's got like 6 hands in fire, right? She's the drama queen for sure. So that energy also represents the third energy, the 24 of the Omega in the the Greek alphabet. So the end of karma, and the third energy trigger. Okay, so it's like the Queen of Wands, and it doesn't have to be the sexual partner of the divine masculine or the feminine. It can be any karmic energy around them that like is a placeholder for the third energy until the twins come into union. So for the union with the Queen of Wands and the underlying energy, and again, it doesn't have to be the mate, it can be any karmic energy that's triggering the masculine or feminine. And Oliver was coming up too. So my nephew had a child named Oliver, but when Oliver comes up, the orphan, the movie Oliver always comes up for me. I'm dating myself because it's a very old movie, but that orphan energy is coming up as well. You know, more please. And the energy of a relationship being all business was coming up. Okay, around that Queen of Wands energy. So the karmic, all about her own power and her own business and being professional as opposed to being authentic and real. And then the underlying divine feminine energy was coming up, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. So the King of Wands, shaman of the divine masculine, and I was getting that 70s show. And also Mary was coming up. And my mother is Mary, and she's in an Alzheimer's facility, so it might have to do with parents who are having issues that the twins have to take care of right now. So the King of Wands, shaman, and my mother, and that can reference karmic energy as well. The Queen of Swords, widow, which also can reference my mother, or just representing that for you guys so you understand where it's coming in your life, and expressing and sharing that energy. Or perhaps a friend or a sibling who is like a shaman or is coming into that shaman energy and sharing with them, right? So helping each other teach and learn. Or perhaps meeting a sibling to meet a relative if they are in a facility, or if they need care. You may be meeting a sibling and sharing about your ascension journey. So in the 3D, we had the divine feminine with the 6 of Wands leading the way on the journey, because remember yesterday I said they were telling me that it's only considered a journey in the 3D. So the divine feminine with the 6 of Wands journey leading the way, bridging by the 6 of Swords, which is peace, but also dolphin energy coming up here, with the truth of the divine masculine's purpose. In that card, there's actually a porpoise. So it's also paralleling the porpoise and the dolphin because they're the same and yet different, right? In order to bridge in your similarities. So making peace between the Divine Feminine 3D journey and the Divine Masculine's purpose. The 4D anxiety of the feminine, the prison, feeling trapped of any anxiety or just literally feeling trapped in the energy you're in, clearing the collective perhaps, bridged by working with crystalline energy as the Divine Masculine transitions through the portal of the spring equinox, like now through then, or the death of the 3D. The 5D Divine Feminine Starseed, receiving a big download or upgrade, like I said yesterday, with this equinox, we always get big downloads or upgrades to our abilities. So that big download comes into the feminine and is then bridged by messages via the Divine Feminine's heart. So this was another significant thing they've been showing me over the past few days regarding this union read, that the higher self is really, they're showing me the higher self actually on the 4D level, whereas the heart connection between the twins is the 5th D level. Okay, so that was very important because it's becoming very consistent. And it's also showing me the Divine Feminine no longer in the 3D. The cards that are coming up in the 3D for the feminine are really about shadow energies that she's still pulling up in order to pull up the collective, but also the Divine Masculine parts that are still 3D bound, okay? So again, the higher self coming up in the 4D, which remember 4D is all about being kind and heart-based, whereas the 5D is more about being authentic and true to yourselves, which is where the twins really come together. So, and remember that all starseeds, you've all been in 5 or 6D on and off when you even started this journey. So it's not like you're not in 5D and 6D and above. You all are. You started out that way, but you're grounding it into a perpetual state. Okay, and that, you know, none of us are perpetually 5D yet. We're actually physically, we're going through a physical purge right now is what I'm getting. So you may be feeling the need to sleep a lot more, or just feeling tired a lot more, or having injuries and illnesses because we're going through a physical purge, because the physical body has to ground into 4D before it can ground into 5D. But that doesn't mean you're not in 5D and above. You are on and off constantly. You're multidimensional. So again, the 4D being the higher self, right, of being kind in that higher self energy, but the 5D is grounding your 5D into the 4D, becoming more multidimensional and being human and connected at the same time, so being more authentic to who you are, and that then allows you to ascend even further than just being kind and heart-based and loving. You have to be authentic first. You being authentic actually, it's like going through the pain. Instead of avoiding the pain and being kind, going through the pain and being authentic actually gets you there faster. That was important too. Okay, so the Divine Feminine on her 3D journey, going through the 4D prison of whatever clearing that she's doing in the 4D still, and then the 5D upgrades and downloads that she receives. The bridge being the 3D piece between them, the 4D or the similarities between them, the 4D alignment and crystal work, and then the 5D, the light messages with the masculine, a little bit of truth at a time in the 5D, right, until they're acclimated to the 5D more. The Divine Masculine is the 3D truth in his purpose, the 4D transition and death, the murkiness of the 4D and the transformation, the endings that need to happen. And then the 5D of the Divine Feminine's heart connection. And that's where he stays connected in the 5D for you to pull him up. But also the 4D as well in your higher self. So you have those, they're two different connections. Then as the masculine goes out of this union read, we have the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So love over coffee, emotional fulfillment, family, being family, and passing the 5D downloads and sharing messages for them both. The 4D bridge is the Divine Masculine connecting to the Divine Feminine's 5D heart and working with the energy in 4D and coming closer to her physically in proximity. The 3D bridge is the dolphin to the Divine Masculine's porpoise. In other words, the similarities of the Divine Masculine and Feminine is what bridges them and brings them together. Right? You both are two sides of the coin. There'll be similarities and there'll be major differences. So you complement in some ways and you are the same in others. So you come together in your sameness and then you complement in the way you work together. So both want peace, truth, good news, and leadership was coming up here. Crystal work helps bridge both of them from their anxiety about changes and endings as the Divine Masculine comes closer and closer in a physical proximity, a little bit at a time. The Divine Masculine can't handle yet the big downloads and upgrades in the 5D, working with crystal energy and the Divine Feminine's 5D heart energy at the present time, as well as small downloads a little bit at a time. So the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups the shaman healing and being love, the Queen of Swords truth of family and emotional fulfillment, and the fast energy and communication going back and forth along with the 5D messages between them. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck in front of you is cut and dealt at 1022, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 22 of the Fool, again, today's date. And then at 1024, which is the Queen of Wands, I was getting a half note as I looked at the Ace of Cups that was coming out from the other cards, the way I placed it between the Five of Pentacles and the Higher Self. So I was getting a half note, which is interesting because that would be a sharp or a flat. Or even a half note being half of a whole note. So speeding things up a little bit. But it also can be a sharp or a flat, right? So that was kind of interesting. It's like that little trigger energy, right? That gives it a little flavor when you're playing music. So the 1029 being the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Three of Wands, which is being present to the moment, also the gift of the moment. I finished putting out the Tarot Sexual Magic, and then my son walked out as I was dealing that deck, and he was watching the series of House Party last night in his room, and he was telling me that. And then it was at 1036, again, 36 is the weight of the world upon your shoulders with that 10 of Wands, right? Carrying too much weight. I was also I got really hot at that moment. And what was coming up there was codependency and for the masculine to free himself, because those were the cards that were coming up from the Romance Angels. And then at 1040, which is the Page of Cups, the 10 of Wands, near future, coming up in the read, as I just started choking, was making me sick to my stomach. And at the same time, I was seeing a woman walking their dog south on the other side of the street. It's like if one more person comes in with something for me to do, you know, I'm going to be sick. But the Page of Wands is about that unconditional love of a child, you know, of being very innocent. And that has to do with, you know, people with anxiety issues and being shy. That very innocent energy was coming up there. So I finished the Divine Masculine read at 1042 to 43, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups to Three of Cups. All right, so the two of the soulmate energy, of the one-on-one energy of partners as well, and the 43 of the coming together, the joy energy of the Three of Cups of celebration. The major arcanas were Ascension, which is the world, Transition, which is death, Karma, which is judgment, the wheel, the great wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune. The Strength card also came up, and then before the read, Luna, or the moon, and the star came up. After the read, the Higher Self, or High Priestess energy, and the Justice card came up. And of course, being in line that it's 222-2020, we had 2 Pentacles, 2 Swords, and 2 Wands. So 222 came up, room 222. There were no cups in the read today. The Court cards were Page of Swords and Queen of Wands. The King of Cups came up before the read. And after the read, the 9 of Pentacles was there, but no Court cards, just the Sovereign. And the numbers, we had double ones and double fives. Fives more, the ones were more significant than the fives. So double ones, the 11 of Justice, Truth and Balance, and then the 55 of the Ace of Swords, the Truth, and Excalibur. The code line today for me was all about love partnership. It was very short and sweet. The number was all about number 10, which is that high vibration, destiny, and fatum was coming up today. So again, 222 of guidance and room 222, that show. And very much about the twos, and you notice 3 2s equals 6 of the lovers. The 11 to 55, but also the numbers 3, 6, and 10, which is funny because those are the news stations, for me anyway. The basic news stations, right? 3, 6, and 10. And 3 is the Empress, 6 the lovers, and 10 the Wheel of Fortune, a turn for the better. We have 13, which is the Death card, 15 the Devil, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands, and 56 the Two of Swords, as well as 68 the Page of Pentacles, and 910 begin again as always, keeping that vibration high and compassionate. So the message here around love partnership was simply the bridge or gateway, and the I am a 10, that high vibe destiny, that love of this love partnership. the bridge or the temperature rise between the masculine and the feminine is a 10. It's like God telling you guys, as far as love partnerships, you're a 10. You can't get any higher than what you are as far as partnerships. The high vibe destined love partnership. The bridge or gateway that is fatum, fated. Also destiny, and also fate means death as well, right? It's a fate worse than death. You've all heard that expression before. But that death isn't actually worse. It's just a transfer of dimension, right? So bridging that fate and that gateway, also destiny, and also fatum is considered a speech of a god, an utterance, a declaration, a proclamation, or a prediction. The gateway of fatum, of this love partnership. So just some quick things that were coming up online was under EIG, was coming up Endurance International Group, which is a web hosting group. I-10 and F10 both came up. I-10 was coming up alone. I guess that was a music group on YouTube. And F10 was coming up as Accelerated Learning Journey. So again, yesterday was teaching and learning, so it's coming up with more ideas about that. That's ICAEW.com. And then EIG Partners came up, which is an energy group. Egan Values and Egan Vectors from Math. That was mathworks.com in the Mat Lab, MATLAB. And then IEG Property Management came up from Yelp. And Italian IEG Question, this was kind of random and funny, but it was the Firearms Forum, which was so weird.com, because the movie I watched last night had to do with running firearms. So Italian EIG Question on 6/20/10. And this is what they were saying. It was just the header. EIG, or in other words, Saul, they were talking about, was an importer. I doubt the gun was made in Italy, possibly by Rossi in Brazil or Morocco in Japan. Imported pre-68, which is the Page of Pentacles. Models 10 and 6 again, so the 3, 6, and 10 are coming up here. So models 10 and 6 are shotguns. This gun appears 5 shots, so parts won't work. My bet is that S and W, the J frame, won't work either. And then another header that came up was Economic Innovation Group, EIG.org. And then Jessica EIG, I guess was her last name, 21, level 10 on the beam, Hills MD, Classic 2020, and this was on YouTube. So January 18th of this year, 2020, was a gymnastics competition that was coming up here. Level 10, floor, Joe Nationals 2019, and Jessica EIG at Hills Gymnastics was coming up. Ben 10 cartoon also came up, YouTube, and then Ben was just referring, I didn't bring up the name Ben yesterday, but I was referring to the mouse that I always call Ben yesterday. So Ben may be significant as well. So going back to the code line is Elohim, the chakra system, and the gods duo is a 10. So after coming up with gymnastics, you're being judged. You're a 10 as far as love partnerships. And also the F was coming up as equal to I, right? If you break down the F, it's the capital I with 2 horizontal lines, which is the equal sign. I plus my equal. So F is, I always say that's the temperature rising of the masculine and feminine together, but this is another way of looking at it. It's the I am presence of one with their equal, which is their twin. So the divine masculine may be coming up in this read. I have to tell you ahead of time. The Queen of Wands is coming up right here at the end, and most of the other cards in the read were reversed. It's like the masculine thinks he's bad luck when when he's becoming aware of the fact that the Queen of Wands has had her hands in all of this. So this is the theme that comes up towards the end of this read. So stay tuned. We have the Ascension reversed as the underlying card, which is like the World. All right, so the Ascension here, and then underneath that, the farthest down, is the King of Cups. And then we have 2 majors here, the Moon and the Star, both upright. And then the 8 of Cups, and then the 5 of Wands, or Flames. All right, so that's the underlying energy as we start this read. So the World, forgive me, I was just running, so if I'm out of breath, it's just because I was running. I'm still sweating a bit. So the World is upside down, incomplete, not ascending, after the King of Cups reversed, emotionally detached, or over-emotional at night, healing or dreaming in uncomfortable energies without fighting, or after a battle or competition. The Page of Wands inspired, the King of Swords upright, or is inspired by the King of Swords being in his truth. That can be a father and child, or that can be his own inner child becoming inspired. The Ace of Cups is reversed, dumped in the dumps, dumping, vomiting, or peeing too much, or really have to go. Weak, ego death, or a Leo out of control, recovering from exile, destitution, injury, or illness, or just left behind in the cold, frustrated trying to ignore the third energy, or a creative block, as I'm losing my voice here, in the ability to conceive or conceptualize the energy source of it, the third energy. 11:22 to 23 here, which is Justice of the Fool, and then the King of Wands, which will definitely come up in the read here. So, or a masculine may be questioning if the child is yours, or no, they're not, but playing your poker face, your game face, or adamantly in your truth, not aroused by this, or hard to stay mad at a child who did something they're still recovering from, or something really bad. Or a child seeks an attorney, or a man-child with no balls, or in recovery process of proceedings and pushed to their emotional limits. Weak, or seeking assistance or legal assistance here. Awake, or the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family or business. Awake, or a big ego of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family or business or legacy. Okay, and that could be dysfunctional as far as their view on money or the way they live with money, you know, kind of like very egotistical. But it's coming up as a wedge of this energy with an awakening between the Ten of Pentacles reversed and issues at work, which is the Three of Pentacles reversed, losing money or not agreeing, or third party under the radar, or workplace feeling a failure, or bad news coming in at work, now free to leap away from jealousy, insincerity, rejection, and recover from exile, destitution, injury, or illness, or fired, layoffs, or quit, or retired. All right, so there's some kind of awakening here about dysfunction at the workplace and dysfunction of an abundant family, business, or legacy that's attached to this workplace, or could be separate as well. But either way, they're both reversed. So there's dysfunction financially or in a practical way for both, and an awakening or ego going on between both. So, or this ego between the workplace, Three of Pentacles reversed, and the family or bigger business. This could be an umbrella or parent company, or a parent. Maybe the parent is the company, right? Because they're the silent partner, you know, sourcing it with money. Or a downfall or financial or practical issues or dysfunction there between them. So Capricorn reversed, Aries upright, Leo reversed, Cancer upright, and Aquarius upright were right here. The Fool is free, though. This Aries energy, or someone who's a fool with their heart open wide and taking a leap of faith, is freeing themselves from this, reflects with jealous others trying to get back in, free to love self so others can learn to give and receive love according to their higher calling, not his. The Fool, or an Aries with a loyal friend, and the Knight of Cups reversed, unable to put the brakes on now. They may have fallen off the white horse or fell from grace, or an old man not wearing the right shoes, or his legs are weak and he fell and now recovering, perhaps on a hike or by the waterfalls, or just an emotional fall, head no longer above water and world upside down, unable to sleep or rest but rising above, or has rested enough now and is coming out in surrender to detox or let go of the chains that bind in order to connect on a deeper level. No more chained to the dark, or addictions or codependency, or the devil gave up. Or Capricorn is waving goodbye in surrender to connect with another, that are two in a deep bond. Or the wounded warrior is in surrender and the devil in detox, both agreeing to disagree. And then playfulness comes up, and beneath that is codependency. So after dealing with the codependency, then the playfulness comes out. Confessing after the fact, dropping all responsibilities and burdens, obsessing over cutting cords, hair, thread, ties, or plastic surgery perhaps, has everything except the one thing he wants, or killed her with his love, or lack thereof. Refusing to be silenced anymore, coming out to release prisoner from energy theft injustice, and the left butt touch that was not far from the truth, that she was not Tinkerbell, but actually a real live girl, whose truth and balanced sweetness that he had denied, and this was 1155, justice and the truth, sending her into a spiral and vulnerable to energy harvesting at 1155. And then follow your dreams came up for the masculine. Beneath that was synchronicities. Follow your dreams, 85, and synchronicities was 87, which reflect 58, which is the Four of Swords, connecting in the 5D, or meditation, resting, or the 87, which is the reflection of 78, which is that 10 of Pentacles family, the abundant supposed dream family, right, regarding synchronicities. And also want to let you know, only the Ace of Swords, that was the only ace that was upright in this read. So there's no option when the world is upside down in a deep grieving process, choosing a path and unable to implement, the sealed divine feminine in another world, floating in mourning her lover, the dark night of the soul. Leaving 3D on a journey home, following dreams and synchronicities. Walking away, the masculine and within, to his higher self, or in other words, his feminine, his secret, his psychic abilities. The King of Pentacles finds justice of truth and balance. Divine lovers in ending pain, or in a painful ending and betrayal, as three dark birds are flying away, and Bambi comes to the rescue, or to pick you up when you're down. Standing up for self, to light the flame in front of others, whether they like it or not. The divine feminine is exalted here, and the divine masculine kissing the grass, and the happy medium of sticking up for selves and the other. The warriors of love, and dolphins of Atlantis and Lemuria. 3D, 10 of Swords, 4D, 7 of Wands, and 5D lovers here. Hieros Gamos. Grounding in the 4D, leaving 3D behind, mostly, an end to pain as the divine feminine pulls him up. He keeps her grounded. Both gatekeepers, the divine masculine, the 3D to 4D gate, and the feminine is the 4D to 5D gate, as our bodies adjust to the new light quotients, or stabilize into that higher dimension. You may feel very physical purging here, sleeping more, tired more, and the body adjusting. The lighting of the Olympiad torch, the flame of the gods, the great white hope. And I was getting connection there, and it was 1212, which is very significant for the end of karma, but it's also wisdom of the two hanged men. So the great white hope is coming up. It was a 70s film, but it was also a play before that, and it was based on the black boxer and white wife who committed suicide in 1912. But the writer had said that it was more about a man fighting society, not about the typical black-white issues. It was about him fighting societal norms. Against all odds then came up, and then standing up to an upside-down world, that the majority doesn't make it right, only popular in the moment. Seeing the world in disarray, time for one-on-one out in the cold to raise each other up, one or two at a time. The ants go marching one at a time, and then to 3 and to 4 and so on, one step at a time. And the ants were coming in. The ants are marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah, right? So my ants were coming back this week. I definitely had more ants in my kitchen today than I wanted, so I actually walked them all out one by one, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's about a test of patience. And also, when this first happened to me a few years ago with the ants, by doing this the first week or so, with the ants coming in the house, I never had more than 2 or 3 ants the whole summer long. So it's like they either get the idea that they can't have more than a certain amount of ants in there at one time, or they become territorial and they don't want anyone else in there. So I'm not sure how they see the perspective, but if you are good to them, they don't take over your house. And if not, you might want to use some mint, because mint tends to help keep things out of the house as well. So one step at a time, the ants are God's little soldiers, like little atlases. Remember, they carry so much weight. The injustice of the little guy and following your dreams anyway, even if you get taken out. So the recent past is the 3 of Pentacles reversed, free from the workplace, anxiety and prison in order to dream, to shine his light and heal, standing up for himself, suffering in silence, and dropping all burdens to be more present in the moment, to the gift of 2. soulmates meant to be, or falling short without affection, or two can now come together after a breakup and the divine masculine still recovering from. Gemini, Aquarius, and Aries energies here. Underlying energies that came up were Pisces, both upright and reversed. So that can be one person showing both energies or two different people. So Pisces upright and reversed, Cancer upright, Aquarius upright, Leo reversed, Aries upright, Capricorn reversed, Libra both upright and reversed, Gemini upright, and then the foundation being the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Pending a new life with deliberation going on, and right at that moment, this last sentence here is 12:25, the Hangman and the Knight of Wands, a really long train horn. It was a really long one. They're never usually that long. So that was unusual. And that can be like Morse code too, because I was getting the half notes before. So this is coming out the long note. And I'm getting this Morse code here, right? The codes, the coding. And so coding literally can, like paint coding, that can be coming up here too. So pending a new life and deliberations, with a secret out and injustice and tripping up, dropping the facade and breaking patterns, as the Knight of Swords or messenger of truth, or it could be Knight in Shining Armor as well, comes rushing in with a message at 12:25. The Hangman and the Knight of Wands, who does come rushing in passionately, doesn't he, to hang out. At 12:26, which is the Page of Wands, becoming a little less aggressive, right? No announcement or pending, dropping the act as secrets are out. The messenger of truth rushing in to disclose all injustices. The central energy here is the transition portal, but this death card is reversed. So there is death and transformation here, but either slow to open or slow to close, and a slow ending taking forever. The King of Cups reversed, clinging to negative self-talk or near-death experience, reaping rewards from the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family or business, paying out at night or out with the dogs, howling at the moon, and lobster tags along. So it's basically, it was coming up like, as long as the masculine is with them anyway, they'll always pay. All right, this Ten of Pentacles business or family association. But if he's separate from them, he doesn't benefit from it, right? So presently inspired or not fighting with kids, the challenge being the Six of Swords reversed, unable to find a peaceful place to go, or just finding peace of mind at all. The Chariot is good, but the World reversed, getting over loss and regret, hanging on to the why in the road, but also the why, or why me. And then Mercedes-Benz was coming up again, because the Y is the symbol inside the Mercedes-Benz symbol. The Page of Cups reversed, whining, crying, rejected, vulnerable, or shy, emotionally immature, is present to the Page of Wands, inspired, or inspiration. The Queen of Cups reversed is healing and forgiving from ascending to another world, moving or visiting a friend, or ending a marriage, or ending a big party that was scheduled. No conflict for the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands seem to be getting along here. That could be a father and child. Perhaps the Queen of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed are moving out, or getting over third party, or getting over being a third party, or with negative groups, overindulgences, bad influences, and gossipers, and all exposed, or kids just full of energy. Cancer upright, Pisces reversed, Leo upright, Scorpio reversed. There could be two Cancers or two Scorpios right here. And I was also getting irritated right here at 12:38, which is the Hangman and the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups reversed could also be manipulative, because she's feeling irritable or over-emotional. And then at 10:39, my son walked out of his room representing the Knight of Cups, or the Divine Masculine. So romantic tie with the Queen of Wands and Page of Wands, unaware of uncomfortable feelings of the Knight of Cups reversed, or the jealousy or insincerity they're feeling, or lack of love, weak in ego death, or with a Leo reversed, or the Leo reversed is detoxing without judgment, so someone's going to rehab or something without being judged for it, or at 12:44 to 45, perhaps going out to run an errand, or Leo reversed, Capricorn reversed, and Aquarius reversed, not getting along, and the King of Wands is unaware, or just King of Wands is no longer fighting. The Queen of Wands, romantic tie, to the Page of Wands, unaware she's been avoiding his advances and jealous of Leo, Capricorn, and Aquarius, who are all reversed in a triangle, that the King of Wands is unaware of behind his back. Allowing jealous Leo to detox without judgment and uncomfortable energies receiving any sexual advances right now. So it's saying someone may be saying they're going through a detox right now, or is going through detox, and is like putting off any sexual relations in the relationship during that period. And it can be different than that, but that was one of the situations coming up. But it also could just be an excuse used because they don't want to have sex with the other person. Or the Knight or the King of Wands in his knowing, but hiding that fact, allowing negative energies to play out on their own between these three other people. Or someone got pregnant or has a new child, could belong to a teen or a grown child, or from an affair from either partner. Now is karma reversed or Aquarius reversed. Dissatisfied post-war with PTSD, perhaps issues. The King of Pentacles reversed, that may be going through losing money and status issues. And that's why he's unhappy post-war, because of any fight that was going on. And that could be a suit in court as well, where they lost money from family or business. Burning the midnight oil and midnight train to Georgia was also coming up. Midnight train to Georgia. The Queen of Swords, an evil magician, or she is working her magic to stand up to others, or working to get her to the Olympics. So somebody might have someone in the Olympic trials or nationals or whatever it is, or trying to get actually to go to the Olympics to watch. Patient angel is insecure at work, and this Olympics can reference the union as well, right? Because we were just referencing that at the beginning of the read. The actual the Olympiad of the gods, right? Mount Olympus. So the patient angel insecure at work, or getting details taken care of, or that now that the worst is over of deliberations, or holding back an announcement or call to action at 12:59, which is also the minute before the hour again, before it strikes 1. 12 is the Hangman, and 59 is the Five of Swords again. But it seems like the Five of Swords is reversed in this read. So post-war deliberations, post-war PTSD, post-war looting going on, any of these issues could be cleanup that needs to happen with the cleanup crews. And then at 12:59, the cat came by again. The cat keeps meowing outside my house, and it's so weird because I never see them outside the window. And I see, it's not unusual for me to see the cat come up to the window and say hi to me, but I never see him. I just hear him complaining outside, and then he'll walk around back and complain again, and my son hears him too. It's just really funny. But I don't hear the other cat. I only hear the one, so maybe she's missing her guy. There's no more big love at work with Aquarius or third-party dream girl, or no more Queen of Wands refusing his advances in the aftermath of jealous rages, and surrender to jealousy of karmic's desires, out of control ego or Leo. Sovereign is still offering love ignored and rejected by Page of Cups reversed, and Page of Pentacles reversed, and Aquarius perhaps, or Divine Masculine is letting his kids decide his life for him. Or the kids are jealous along with the Aquarius, which can be a karmic, seeing synchronicities and then getting them jealous and then sending negative energy towards the Divine Feminine, or it could be a Queen of Pentacles, with the Hermit shedding light or holding light for her, or holding the light on the situation. Okay, so this, anyone who sends negative intentions is, sending negative energy towards that person. So this was coming up as perhaps the Divine Masculine's kids sending really nasty energies toward the feminine, or them along with the karmic doing that. So it doesn't have to be specific spell work, but just doing it on purpose, because knowing that their intention counts, so them sending really mean intentions. So the Queen of Pentacles is surrendering to insincerity. No offer of love after kids working hard to take her down. The karmic ego pretending to be the Divine Feminine, or acting like a spoiled child who always gets their way. The Page of Cups reversed may be frustrated and in need of detox, or just weakness, jealousy, and ego death going on. And the King of Cups reversed without peace, holding back an announcement, or a final judgment, or a call, perhaps. Page of Cups was reversed here, along with King of Cups and Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. All those cups were reversed. So that, the cups and the pentacles, we have the Montagues and the Capulets. The pentacles come up as the Montagues and the cups come as the Capulets. So the cups were all reversed today. The wands was the King, Queen, and the Page of Wands came up upright here, not the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands was reversed. But they were coming up as clans. Soon is the Ten of Wands reversed, finding emotional fulfillment and dropping all their burdens, confessing failure, bad news, or things held under the radar or in secret. Third party or negative associations and exposing all, or children are exposing all too, to take a load off, like learning how to clear themselves. The Knight of Cups reversed, jealous of Six of Cups, stealing, and that can be the twins or can be kids or a soulmate, stealing their lover, or worried about stealing children's affections, right? So this could be like other people. When people go into other relationships, they worry about their kids liking the other better, or just that the partner will like them better. That kind of energy is here. Or jealous and stealing the Divine Feminine's messages in frustration, or unable to conceive these ideas herself or himself, spying, lying, negative rumors, and or negative self-talk, immature communication, or ADD, bipolar, or autism spectrum coming up. Or kids jealous that they steal dad's affections, and then he's coming up as the Wheel of Fortune reversed, in slow down, downturn, or feels like a failure, or just feels like he's bad luck. The Queen of Wands is over it, or getting over it in uncomfortable feelings or emotions, issues at work with egos, or awakened to dissatisfaction of workers, or on strike, or not doing their job, disabled, unable to function, or considered lazy, or trying not to work, to allow others to take control, this is the masculine, but awake to major issues there between the Queen of Wands and staff, or her refusing to work. And then let go of control issues was coming up for the masculine, as well as give your relationship a chance, unrequited love, and free yourself. Don't fence me in. That was coming up. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the Strength card reversed, which in this deck for me can be any fire sign. Being weak, ego death, or a Leo or ego out of control. The Hierophant reversed, the Empress reversed. Weak at work, or two stubborn Tauruses, overworking it, or not doing their job, or just won't or can't work. Capricorn Libra is one person here, comes up on the masculine energy, and then Leo and Taurus, two Tauruses, or double Taurus, not destined between each other and not getting along, or don't resonate with each other any longer, or fall of religious leader and Empress reversed, who's connected to them, or a divorce in lack, a break in contract, or claiming they can't work or do something due to their religious beliefs. And that was at 132, the Magician and the Six of Wands. In the aftermath of sudden events, or not so sudden, holding on loosely, saving money, and grounding and being more moderate. Fire sign out of control, and Hierophant reversed and Empress reversed, no longer willing to put up with it. Or ego issues, and or a strike, or multiple workers leaving at the same time, which always screws the boss over, right? So the masculine needs to clear blocks around the Page of Swords reversed. Children with big, it's not sword, yeah, it is swords. The Page of Swords reversed. Children with big mouths or potty mouths, or hateful words, mean, or immature, or adults who act like this. Mean girls. Negative self-talk, lying, spying, sharing and settling out, and keeping to self, or the silent treatment, about players' ways, or falling short of intentions, energy, or holding back desires and making you pissy and mean, or jealous partner and kids are mad the Divine Feminine stole your affections. So love partnership comes up here, and then even more so for the masculine was communications and moderation. Or someone is saying they got a lot of balls stealing another's lover, or stealing affection from a child. So this is some of the conversation that was just coming up for me. Exposing all, Queen of Cups reversed, or in sunshine, taking vacation. The Queen of Wands and King of Wands are between the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. The Leo and Aquarius coming up as bad influences on the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, or the King of Wands is unaware of what the Queen of Cups reversed is doing behind his back, two couples or two sets of adult siblings, best friends fighting, or parents and adult children, or the Queen of Wands causing issues for the King and Queen of Cups that could be his parents, and they're upset with her, the drama queen, and the King of Wands seems unaware that she is the cause of all the issues. Or the King and Queen of Wands could be cheating, both be cheating with another person, and both others, the other partners, frustrated and now exposing all because they're tired of waiting for them to break up already. Or the Queen of Wands broke up, the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, cheating with one of them, or just inappropriate flirtation with them, but broke the couple up. Or the Queen of Wands is giving the truth to Cancer upright and Libra reversed, or the truth about moving, traveling, or ascending, or got lost taking a wrong turn, or made a bold move and it didn't work out, so explaining themselves, or missed something, or were late for something that was important to be at, and they're claiming that she's claiming she got lost on the way. So it's like excuses, but she seems justified. Like literally, the Queen of Wands here, with her fire and everything, the drama and everything, is the only one up right here because she feels justified. It's always comes up as that overconfident issues. You know, most people are underconfident, not overconfident, but she comes up as not confident in a good way. It's confident when like about something that you're actually not good at, right? Like when you hire someone, you'd rather someone say, be underconfident, because then they always perform better than they say. But someone who comes in and talks themselves up and then never comes through, you know, that's not the person you want working for you anyway. But the King of Wands could have an issue protecting his women even when they are bad or wrong, or is unaware of their misbehavior or unable to control the mother's teachings to the kids. Or the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed could be the Queen of Wands upright's parents, and she can do no wrong by them, and they're mad at the King of Wands for not controlling people at work, or that Leo reversed, Capricorn reversed, and Aquarius reversed, saying, oh, they're just jealous of her. Or the King of Cups reversed is no longer protecting his daughter, and the Queen of Cups reversed is no longer protecting her son. Parents could be going on strike and teaming up together to teach them a lesson. Or the Queen of Wands is presenting the truth to a Cancer and blaming for the downturn, or truth in driving, or the truth in her driving, moving, or traveling now, but going without a Libra reversed. And that was at 202, which is 2 High Priestesses, or 2 with psychic abilities. The Queen of Wands recovering from exile, no peace with the Emperor reversed, out of control. So she can be recovering, or it's actually the Emperor reversed, which can also be the King of Cups reversed, recovering from exile, or he's out of control. He's out of control with abuse of power, but he could also be going through ego death, or literally be an older parent who's not doing well, or literally ill, unable to start a new life, or give money to her because now he needs it for his illness, or spending down her inheritance, or a breakup, no love, crying, purging, not using their intuition, or the secret is out of the injustice of ongoing divorce or breaking contract in order to be single or sovereign or independent again, or a secret is out about injustice to a sovereign, or the Emperor reversed is the King of Cups reversed, and he's recovering from a breakup with the secret out, and it's unfair that she got all his money. Or the Queen of Wands, her dad may have passed away already, and she's getting his inheritance, and the mother may be pissed. Or his partner gets all of his money in a divorce. Or is mad, it's not fair that she's all good when he is struggling. So the cycle nearing the end, a new life held back due to a downturn of luck, needing courage to deal with issues or leaving work to allow the transition, and challenged by no peace of mind and dropping all their responsibilities or confessing, negative talk, lies, rumors, and holding back judgment, announcement, or wake-up call to action, or the Queen of Wands forever deliberating in order to bleed him dry, or the World reversed at the 3 of Pentacles reversed, workplace or place of co-creation, but standing up for self. wanting a new life but taking forever to end in deliberations, and the challenge being no peace of mind and no peaceful place to go, a downturn, a slowdown, or a twist of fate, fatum, dropping all burdens, weak with lies, negative talk or rumors, or cruel words, and the silent treatment, spying, and the Queen of Wands upright, recovering, or she's just fine, while the King of Cups, Emperor, is reversed and recovering, and the Queen of Cups reversed, are all recovering from exile, destitution, injury, or illness, with a secret out of injustice of sovereign with everything, or Pisces reversed and Libra reversed are together now and on their own. So that was the read for you guys. I'm going to pull a few summary cards for you to see where this goes a little bit. And then we'll go. So we're going to start with Nature's Whispers. Today is, where are we? We at 50, so 50 minutes, and 50 is the 10 of Cups. Again, the 10 of, I think the 10 of Pentacles was reversed in this read, and the 10 of Cups again upright. However, the players were the reverse, so the 10 of Cups is upright, but the King, Queen, Knight, and Page of Cups were all reversed. So that could represent also a sham fam, right? The ones who like to make it look good on the outside, but no one's happy. All right, so take a deep breath. For everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn for the Divine Masculine here in this read? What is the point of this read? And please give us some higher perspective and a summary as to what you want us to know or get from this. Let's remove all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities, and fill with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. So these two I think there's two here. Yeah, there's two here. There's actually another that wants to come out as well, but let me show you the bottom of the deck first. We have Infinite Blessings, which is number 17. Beautiful. This is very muted colors for this deck. It's like not believing wholeheartedly, because it's still too earthy, right? There's colors there, but not all the colors of the spectrum. It's like you don't believe in the full miracle. It's like you're getting there, but you're not quite there yet to believe in the star and the infinite blessings that are yours. That's the underlying energy. And she is actually, it's like she's delivering snowflakes to everyone down below. So that could be a message that's going to snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. There's all sorts of little villages down below. It's very cute. All right, she's gifting with fairy snowflakes. So the two cards that came out first is 33, which is Be Gentle with Yourself. And it's very much about that gentle energy, all of the energies in here. To just go with the flow and take it one step at a time. And you notice that all the colors are represented here too, but the rest of this picture is also very muted in the browns and more, natural colors. There's just a few pops of the rainbow colors, but they're more vibrant here. She's getting the idea. And then this one came out with it, Let Love Be Your Beacon, which is 42, the Two of Cups. And it's just saying, let love always be your guide. When in doubt, follow the yellow brick road. And here we have the peacock again with the beautiful higher chakra colors, right? From the heart up, basically. And she is very orange. She's all sacral. She's like radiating sex. And yet here she wears her adornment of her higher chakras, her psychic abilities. Let love be your beacon. There's two little bunnies in the background and lots of butterflies. I'm just trying to see. It's hard to see sometimes. We got a few little squirrels too. They're all in twos, except for the butterflies. There's a lot of butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 butterflies that I see. Is that what it is? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think there's 15 butterflies. Maybe a 16th there, I don't know. But you notice they're more moth-like because they're brown. And it comes up 15 as the darker energy. Very interesting. It's more earthbound, more 3D, right? But there's 2 bunnies, and then I think these are both squirrels over here. Yeah, they are. And there's a character back here too, but I can't figure out what it is. But it looks like 2 who smushed themselves under a rock are coming together kissing in the background. It's very cute. Let love be your beacon. So just keep following your heart. Remember that, look how bright that she is amongst everything around. You still are the brightest light in your world. Don't forget. And in this card, she's a little bit orange up here. It's like being that innocent, younger person, less mature person. And here's the energy coming into maturity and allowing her sexual energy to shine bright. Like knowing her worth and her value and not afraid of it. And Spirit's connecting with me. And then the third card that came out is Amplify Your Positive Emotions. And this is so cute. Number 7 is the Chariot. The other ones, what were they? They had the 2 of Cups and then the 33, the Christ vibration, which is that 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. And then coming together in a bond. And here's the Chariot, carrying the 2 of Cups in the Christ chariot. So this is such a cute little girl. And here's also bringing out amplify your positive emotions, let the ripple effect happen, okay? And then chakra rays are coming up here as well. But just by a simple step, look at all the ripples and how you affect others. And her little gossamer wings. They're very transparent, and that's referencing the transparency of a little child too, how pure they are, and how excited they get just to see the ripples in the water, right? So allow those positive childlike energies to come through. And allow those infinite blessings. They are real. You can believe in them again. You know, after an adult's been tainted by a life of 3D, you're being asked to go back to your childlike self of that 5D heaven on earth nature that you are. All right, so now we have the Metatron deck. Okay, Metatron, what is your message here? Metatron, what do you want us to know? All right, so from Metatron, what is your message about this read? What do you want us all to know? Well, there's your rainbow. Metatron Rainbow Bridge. The 4D is always open. You're always welcome to come across. 27 is the Ace of Wands. That new passion, new inspiration. The flame. It is just the flame. Follow the yellow brick road. Your flame is your guiding post always. Follow the light. All you need is that one flame, right? That one match that starts. Just a little bit of light. And then expands with all those ripples in the water. And here's the ripples across the sky. Hands across the water. Heads across the sky. I'm starting out too low. But anyway, you get the idea. So here's the rainbow bridge across everything. But this is the etheric bridge. And then they're showing you the ripple effects down on the ground. Okay. But Metatron is just reminding you the 4D bridge is always open. It's always up to you if you want to see all the colors, or if you want to mute them and stay in 3D. You also have wake up call, listen and take note. 11 is justice. So we have the flame and the justice, which is just truth and balance. And again, this energy gives me the energy of Sandalphon again. Listen and take note. And listen came up yesterday as a message to you guys. So it's really important to listen for your messages and feel your wings come out. This even looks like wings or like leaves. Listen and take note. And I love they said take note. Metatron's very funny because I talked about the notes today, the half note and the whole note. And the, yeah. Was there another note that came out? anyway, the wake-up call has to do with music as well, because he's bringing up notes and music, and to listen for your callings. I want you to see these two together as well. Okay, so notice this is Metatron talking, and you see this big wing right here, right? So if you match up the wing, it's trying to show you the hugeness that you are over this rainbow bridge. Okay, if you imagine this wing like this big wing, right? It's much bigger. But they're saying that's the hugeness of what you are. And that's coming back to the coding in the beginning, that you guys are a 10 as far as partnerships. And this guy wants to be seen too. It's very purple of the crown, that crowning castle, the lilac, higher realms and magic of 54 is the page of swords. So that's the message, the light. The light at the top of the castle. Look, it's the cattle call. The cattle call to come over the bridge to come to the castle. This is heaven on earth, right? The 5D is the other side. It's time to call. It's like they're calling, saying the bridge is going to close soon. If you want to come over to the castle, you got to come soon. It's like last call for alcohol. So somebody might be doing that as well. The underlying energy again is the lighthouse here. That you are the lighthouse, you are the beacon. Shine on 44, which is the mastery of grounding and integrating and mastering love and receiving love, and being the guide for others as you go across. Okay, and there's the deep. These are like the turbulent waves of emotions that are still processing below you, that are trying to reach up to new heights. And you just need to stand tall with your light, and that's all you need to do to allow the waves to then calm down and then rise. All right, that's Metatron. Let's see from the animal deck. This deck, they're a little stiffer to shuffle. All right, so now for the animal tarot. Oh, that one wanted to come out. It's so funny because the back of the cards are this guy, and that's like the cat that's coming around the house. They're not white, but it's just saying that that cat wants their presence known. I'm telling you, they've taken their crown off. They don't care. They want him. She's saying she's looking for her boyfriend around my house, and she's willing to let her take off her crown to be with him. Look at her face. All right, so the card that came out for you guys is the 10 of Summer. Oh, that's so sweet. That loving rainbow around the 2 of the prairie dogs with their 4 little guys. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family or close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. Okay, so it's just time to express your love and appreciation for the family that is around you. Okay, whether it's family or friends. And some of you may require congratulations. And actually, it's just my nephew just had a child, so that does apply. As well as, you know, for doing such a good job in raising happy, balanced children. This wants to come out as well, 7 of Spring, Gecko. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Okay, trust your inner self last, above all others. And you notice he found a clearing amidst the ivy. He found a little space all to himself. There's always a space, a little space you can find everywhere to be by yourself and clear and connect with your higher self. And the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Summer, the kangaroo, with 2 in the picture. You feel that there's no more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control, which is a really good energy. That's the underlying energy going into this. So appreciating your family, but even when around family, to always make sure to stand in your power and not let others to tell you who you are. And it's so easy to slip back into those old ways of being with your family, especially your siblings, since you grew up with them. So it's about really learning your power. Oh, the cat's meowing again. I don't think you can hear it because it's outside the house, but I can hear him. That's a message for you guys. All right, this is the energy deck. Last one. And I'll do the Kipper deck too. These both came out for you real quick. 30 is the garden and the gate. And then also the sun. That's beautiful. So it's really about getting outside. It's a beautiful day here. It's very sunny. It was showing like 60 degrees on the thermometer, but it felt a little bit colder than that when I went out to run. So this is just the beauty of nature, that spring is coming. Look at all the flowers that are waiting to see you, and the butterflies and the sun. To take a bath or a swim. To expose everything. This is just, for me, is all about going outside in the spring. And then this is coming out too, Healer of the Ages. The 51 is the King of Swords. The other two were the 1 of the Magician and the 30 of the Union. And then here we have the King of Swords, the Healer of the Ages. So they come out like this. Okay, so you got the masculine and the feminine. And then taking a break in between. Definitely can be a third energy there too. That can represent 2 different people, and they look very young and can represent 2 children as well for the masculine. But this is Magician energy, and then this is the Union energy of the 4 of Wands, so that can be home. And the King of Swords is about the intellect, and the Magician between. Okay. So using the power of the Union energy and the home and the security along with the intellect to create this Magician energy. Or just and he's got fire coming out. And he's got everything. He's got like energy and fire and the light around him. The underlying energy for this, though, is the door to value. What do you value? 31 is that expansion energy, the 5 of Wands. You have money there, you have light, you have a lot of red and yellow, red and gold. So the door to spring, the reason it's coming up is because springtime is expansion time, and it's asking you, what do you value? What do you want to expand in right now? Right? Do you want to spend time in nature? Do you want to take a bath? Right? Or do you want to expand your intellect? What is it exactly that you value? What's authentic to you that's going to resonate with others wanting to give value back to you? Time, money, energy. It doesn't have to be money. Okay? And to value yourself. To value your garden, nature, the sun, right, which is your life force, and the energy that you're getting from the sun, and your own healing abilities. It's saying too, remember, don't forget, you need to spend time in the sun and touching nature in order to expand your healing abilities. Your door to value. So it's saying value yourself first. Don't forget to value yourself. Don't just do what you're doing, but take care of your body, your mind, your soul. Get some sun, you know, be outside during the day at some point. All right, last one from the Kipper deck for you guys. What is the last message for them? All right, we have the mature woman. Okay, so it's being mature. This also can be the mother energy. This could be somebody going back to their moms, right? Leaving a situation. Also this could be 3 generations. Or the son going back to his mother's but makes him feel like a little kid. He doesn't want to, but maybe has to because of bad health. Maybe he's got to take care of her or her him. You see how that works out both ways? If it's happening, there's a reason for it, and it's meant to be. Because you both need something from each other. So don't feel bad about it. There's things for you to clear there. So this definitely can be coming up as the masculine going to stay with his mother or needing to take care of an ill parent, whether it's a mother or father. There's someone, and this is coming up as bad health is coming up as an official person. Okay? Of high honor. So again, it could be masculine needing to care for his parents or needing to go home. Both of those may be coming up here. And then the underlying energy is coming up about the home and the lovers and change and a message of concern. And there's the journey's here, all right? And then the privileged lady, and then the house, and then the lovers, and then the change and a message of concern. Okay, so just when there's changes going on, the masculine may get a message of concern, and it has to, and the cat's still meowing, and the masculine has to go take care of a parent, or he needs help from them, vice versa, or they both need it at the same time. So that's kind of the energy that's coming up here. So I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, so the underlying energy there is the Ascension, which is the world. Recent past is the 3 of crystals. The foundation here is the Ace of crystals. The central energy is the transition card reversed. The 6 of orbs reversed is the challenge. The underlying energies, you do see the lovers upright over there, is the underlying energies. And then we have the karma or judgment card up there in reversed. Then we scroll across the 40 bridge to the 10 of flames reversed, coming out of the dungeon, except it's reversed. So that's about letting go of all the burdens, or, you know, you're done climbing out of the dark because you've made it to the top of the stairs. And the masculine sees himself as the great wheel, but it's reversed. And then around him, or how he's seen, is the strength card reversed. And the block he needs to clear is the seeker of orbs reversed. And then you see the colors there of the numerology cards, the green of the heart, the blue of the throat chakra, and then the gold of the communication, which is the Christ light. And it can reference the solar plexus somewhat as well. And then we have the, and that came up during the read, so it's important. The Queen of Wands is the last card. She's, I think, the only card upright. There may be something else upright, but I can't remember offhand. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Cups is reversed. The higher self is reversed. The Justice card is reversed. And then the last one is the Sovereign, which is upright, which also the wise white owl is there represented. All right, and then just the underlying energies from the numerology deck. Okay, that's it for today, you guys. It just changed to 113.00. So don't forget your water, your sleep, your joy, your nature, and take care of yourself. Rise and be loved, guys. Bye.